I must admit, I watched this entire movie under the assumption that CIP, congenital insensitivity to pain, was a disorder invented for the movie. Up until the message after the credits, which tells us that it's actually a real condition. It's very rare, but it exists. I should have known, really. It's been well documented since the Dark Ages.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've heard worse.
Novocaine stars Jack Quaid as a reclusive banker named Nathan, who has the aforementioned CIP disorder, meaning he is incapable of feeling physical pain. Being a rather passive and non-social person, he starts to find some meaning in his life when he has a budding romance with a young woman from work named Sherry, played by Amber Midthunder of Prey fame. But when she gets taken hostage by a trio of bank robbers, Nathan takes it upon himself to hunt these guys down and save her, and in the process turning his disability into a superpower. I was expecting this movie to be a full-blown cartoon like Hard Eyes, partially because, again, I thought the main character's condition was made up. I figured all the actors would play it over the top, and the whole attitude of the movie would be outright loony. And don't get me wrong, it never passes up an opportunity to make humor out of the situation. Heck, the opening titles roll with Everybody Hurts by REM, which got a laugh out of me before a single lyric was even sung. But by and large, the movie actually takes itself a little more seriously than I was expecting. And I gotta say, it's for the better. The humor comes often, but the majority of the time it's natural and in character. Jack Quaid owns the lead role, and the way his character is written is surprisingly believable. His lack of experience with physical pain has made him easygoing in life and kind of a pacifist. Quaid really sells it as a socially awkward fella being forced into action, and I totally bought the comical moments when he's fighting the bad guys, making small talk and trying to reason with them. And even the screams he lets out during the hand-to-hand fights are hilarious. Needless to say, they're not screams of pain, but rather screams of being inconvenienced. The various ways that Nathan's condition comes in handy are awesome and amusing. One of the most savage parts is when he winds up in a confrontation with a really big, strong guy. So he powers up by painlessly pounding his fist full of broken glass. And in one of his most clever moves, when someone has the drop on him, he stalls for time before his help arrives by pulling reverse psychology, saying, "Just make it quick, alright, no need to draw this out." So then his adversary is encouraged to take his time torturing him. The only instances where the humor doesn't always land is when Jacob Batalon enters the scene. He plays this online gaming friend of Nathan's, and the only person he can call for backup halfway in. The police suspect the bank robbery was an inside job, so they're after Nathan too, see? It seems Jacob Batalon is being typecast as the derpy sidekick after the MCU Spider-Man movies, and much like Ned Leeds, the humor with him and Novocaine is hit and miss. The main reason I'm going to be scoring this movie higher than I thought I would is because it doesn't rely on the gimmick alone. It doesn't rush headfirst into the action. It allows a substantial amount of time to fully develop the romance between Nathan and Sherry, and the two of them have charming chemistry. So when the action does begin, I was invested. And even just the basic plot of this inexperienced chap taking matters into his own hands when the only person who gave his life meaning is taken from him, and having to work with whatever little details he can make into clues to help him find her, that storyline alone was enough to keep me interested. All the entertainment that comes from this guy's inability to feel pain is ultimately a bonus. And given that CIP is indeed real, it's kind of a wonder that this movie hasn't been made before now. So in the end, Novocaine is sure to be one of the year's biggest surprises. It's a needle full of adrenaline, crazy in all the right ways, and just an all-around fun time at the movies. And I hope it does well at the box office, because Jack Quaid has said that he's eager to play this character again. I would be all for this flick being the start of a new franchise, if such is the intent. Scoring on the Factor Facts, I'm going to give Novocaine a 75%. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this review helpful. Like and share, subscribe for more. This is Pop Culture. I'm Alex Pop.